Are you all sitting comfortable, 2 square on your body? Then I'll begin. Hi everybody, I've just taken delivery of Ogdens Nut Gone Flake 50th anniversary edition by the Small Faces. This is the 3-coloured vinyl version. In a moment I'm going to open this up and show you exactly what you get inside if you were to buy it. First of all, I'm going to cut to the future when I've listened to this so that I can give you my thoughts on how it sounds, and then we'll come back to this still sealed and we'll open it up and see what you get inside. So I've just had a play of 3 key tracks from both the stereo and the mono versions of the album. So on each I've done the opening track, the title track, the instrumental, Ogdens Nut Gone Flake. I've done track 2, Afterglow, and I've done Lazy Sunday, the big hit from the album. So I did stereo first, and what I noticed was, my main observations were that on the first 2 tracks, on Ogdens Nut Gone Flake and Afterglow, I thought these were the best sounding versions I've heard. Now I know I'm not strictly doing like for like, because I've only heard it on CD before, but I was switching between the vinyl and the digital, both playing at the same point of the song and listening for the differences, and this sounds so much less harsh than the CD version, which is very, very trebly. So I would say for those 2 songs, definitely this was the best sounding version I've heard. Lazy Sunday, conversely, I think I actually preferred the CD version. It just seemed to have a bit more oomph in the acoustic guitar, and the vocals just stood out a little bit more for me. Not much in it, but it certainly was an improvement there. So I think there's probably going to be a mixture of, you're going to love some things about this, but there might be some songs where you might prefer a different version. I then did mono, and again I did the same 3 songs. I did the title track, Afterglow, and Lazy Sunday. The title track, again, I thought this is better than the mono version that I've heard on CD. It's got a lot more low end, it's got a lot less treble, and it just sounds a much better it sounds a much better balance of frequencies to me. Now the mono version of Afterglow I've never liked, because after he's done his sort of first bit of the crooning, the like comedy crooning, and then he kicks in with his proper belting voice and he goes, "Love," it's just buried completely in the mono mix, and it still is on this. It's just not there, and I guess that's just a fact of the mono mix. So it's buried on CD, it's buried on vinyl, but it did sound really nice after that. I still probably prefer the stereo version of the album because of that, but it did sound great again. And Lazy Sunday, again, it was closer for me. I actually preferred the mono version of Lazy Sunday to the stereo version on the vinyl, but again, it didn't seem to have quite of the attack on the acoustic guitar. Maybe it wasn't mixed as high in the mix in the mono, but still it's been a good experiment, and I think there's going to be a lot to love on the mono versions and the stereo versions compared to previous CDs. Okay, so there's my thoughts on the album. Here we are back again to the sealed version. Before I take the seal off, we're just going to have a quick look at the sticker here, so I'll get you a close-up on that. As we can see, it is Small Faces Ogdens Nut Gone Flake. Just try and get rid of that shadow for you. There you go. 50th anniversary definitive edition 3LP red, white and blue 180 gram vinyl. Mono and stereo and rarities LPs, which we'll have a look at shortly. And this is newly remastered at half speed for superb sound. So depending on your opinion, half speed mastering, it's either fantastic or it's a bit of a gimmick. I'll let you make your own mind up on that. Then it's fully illustrated 72-page deluxe booklet, rare photos by Jared Mankiewicz, sleeve notes by Mark Petrus, and era-defining classic #1 album. It is a classic album. This is one of my absolute favourite albums of the 1960s, or possibly even of all time. So anyway, that's the front cover, which looks beautiful. Looking at the side there, plain but lovely, and it looks as though it's very similar on each side. Well, that's blank, but then it's sort of similar style but sort of different text on each side. And finally there, that gives you an idea of that. On the back cover, nice picture of the band there, and it shows you the contents of all 3 albums. Now, I've been having a look, comparing this track list to the 2012 CD edition that I've got, the 3-disc edition there, And the main difference that I can see, and which I'm pretty delighted about, is there's an extra track on here, which is the backing track of If You Think You're Groovy, which was one of their great songs that I love. So that isn't on the 2012 CD version. It's not on there, but it is on this. Other than that, it looks to be a pretty similar track listing. Okay, so I'm going to get this opened up and we'll have a look at what's inside. Okay, there we go. I'll just give you another close-up of that label there if you want to have a good read of that. There you go. Right, so let's have a look. It's got a nice weight to it as this. It's really nice, really nicely packaged. So let's get the lid off. Okay, so just nothing inside there. That comes off nice and easily. So first of all, we have the original mono LP. There's the front cover, and you can see it says original mono LP just there. And on the back, it's sort of obviously similar style to the various tins that there's been over the years. And this is the red vinyl. Let's have a look at that. Very nice. Okay, and one thing that I'm pleased to see in here is that inside this sleeve there's a nice polylined sleeve, so that's good. That should help reduce static, so that's good to see. That immediately tells me that there's some sort of care and attention being paid to this, so that's nice. The original mono LP, we've got the CD version on there. I'm not the biggest fan of the mono version, and the main reason being is that on Afterglow, when Steve Marriott's sort of vocal comes in, that brilliant vocal at the start of the song, it doesn't seem to kick in as much for me on the mono version. So that's always been an issue with the CD for me. You'll know by now, if you've been watching my review of when I listen to this, whether or not I think that's any better. I don't know yet because I've only just unwrapped this. But here we go. This is the original stereo LP now. Okay, and again it's pretty much identical. Let me just get the mono one for you, and you can see the pretty much identical covers there, except it does say at the top that it's the original stereo LP. So these aren't remixes, these are remasters, and my understanding is that this is a new remaster for 2018. Very nice white vinyl there. That's that particular side of it. You may have noticed I got cold there unexpectedly. I completely lost track of time. At the moment, April 2020, we're in the middle of this huge lockdown. 8 PM every Thursday night we do a round of applause on the doorsteps for the National Health Service, and I completely lost track of time. That was me getting told to get my backside downstairs for that. I'm back now. This is about 3 minutes past 8 now. So I've just showed you the original stereo LP, and then the third one. But don't go anywhere after this because we've got the massive book yet to look at. Again, it's the regular album cover, same as the others, but it does say outtakes and rarities at the top there, and it's the normal £1 box cover on the back, but it has got all the track listings around there. And as you've probably seen, because it kept trying to fall out a couple of times, this is the blue vinyl. So we've got the red, white, and blue vinyl, very appropriately for a mod classic band. So that's that side, and there's the other side there. Very nice. So they do look lovely to those three albums, and we've now got the book, which I'm going to briefly show you. But again, all of these come in with the polylined sleeve, which I can hopefully show you. Just to sort of clarify, polylined sleeve there, just to sort of help reduce the static. So that is a nice bonus touch. Saves me having to put my own supply in. So there's the 3 LPs, and the other item that's in this box, which is now empty, the back of the box, is this. I think it said it was a 72-page booklet. So it's got the regular £1 box on there, and sort of a close-up of the album cover on the back. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of what's in here. So let's just let's get in a better position for this, and we can show you a nice photo of the band there. There's an intro by Kenny Jones, written in 2018. His thoughts on the album there, and then let's sort of just show you some key pages really. So it looks like I'm seeing already we're going to get some great photos in here. We've got the contents there. That's the contents of this booklet that it's talking about. It's got information on the personnel on the album, not just the band, but sort of all the other people involved. Looney Links by Stan the Man Unwin, my favourite part of the album. Is it my favourite? It might well be. It's up there. I really love the Stanley Unwin narrated side B. So we've got some credits around the original mono LP, original stereo LP, and again you can see it's great photos all the way through. And this, starting off in May 1968, looks like it's going to be a sort of a potted history. Well, not very potted actually, a pretty in-depth history of the album. So that's going on for quite a while with more great photographs. And then we've got some album sleeve concepts, so we can see this is good for me because I've never really sort of studied what the album sleeve might have been. Got some concepts there, alternative versions, photography, details. So yeah, there's some really nice stuff in here. Not going to show you all of it, but there you go. So I did want to get this when it first came out, but it was a bit pricier than I wanted to pay. But it's just come down to a really good price this week. So I am very happy with my Ogdens Nut Gone Flake 50th Anniversary 3LP Vinyl Edition. If you've got this or you're thinking of getting it, ask me some questions or let me know your thoughts on it. And thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, because I do more of this when stuff comes out, please do so. You get notified of my future videos. But thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.